you're not getting showings and they're low and infrequent, you're overpriced by quite a bit and we got to drop it down. So 13% is when you're getting only drive-bys and online views. 9% is low and infrequent showings, but the online views are still coming. And 5% when we're getting showings, but no offers yet. Hey guys, it's Brian Icenhower, and today's topic is the real estate price reduction process. A real estate price reduction process. So I'm going to teach you a process that we teach to a ton of our clients at ICC, and it is a process. And so it's very important that we set it up and follow it. Or usually, people say, hey, I need a good price reduction script after it's too late. This home's just not selling. And then we need help with how to do a price reduction appointment, which, we can help with that. Don't get me wrong, but it's a lot easier if we set it up every single time with every listing. Very, very important. And it should really be a part of our listing appointment and our listing consultation process, to be perfectly honest with you, because you can't go wrong with it. And it really does give clients, whether we need to reduce or not, a lot better peace of mind. So that's very, very important that we do that. So to get a good real estate price reduction, it's better to show, not tell. And if we can show them, hey, it is what it is, we need to reduce that price, it's the market, it's not me, then we've done a lot better. Because that is the old adage that real estate agents always have is, agents are always, hey, it's not me, it's the market, and they're saying, why can't you sell my house? And guys, this is really important. We understand this. We're real estate agents. We don't sell houses. We sell ourselves to our clients. The houses really need to sell themselves. If we're out there using our silver tongue or our connections to generate sales in an age of a multiple listing service and online listings, we are definitely doing something incorrectly. So, we put it online as long as we've got it priced correctly and for the condition, and it looks good. But again, that can always be covered for in price. It's really just price or patience. We got to wait. And higher priced homes, luxury homes, more unique homes or more unique properties take longer patience. So you just got to wait longer. So we got to set that expectation with unique homes or luxury properties that we got to wait longer than we could with normal residential homes that are closer to the median home price. So that's the idea there. It's usually price or patience. And the agents that are able to close listings after sitting active for a long time or eventually get a price reduction are the ones that set proper expectations up front, and they're able to explain and show to the sellers throughout the entire process that it's not for their lack of effort as an agent. It's the market speaking back to them and telling the seller that that price is too high and that we've got to reduce. So it's on us as the agent to keep them informed throughout. We just can't assume that, 2 months down the road, there's no offers and no drive-bys, that we're going to sit down with them and explain it to them. And they're going to say, you're right, we should drop and reduce our list price by $30,000. That's very shocking to them. Understand that, when you tell them a list price of $500,000 and they know that they owe $350,000, they've got that $150,000 spent. They know what they got to pay you. They know their closing costs. They know how much they're going to put down on their next house and how much they're going to use to buy a car or put away for the kid. So if you sit down and say, hey, that $150,000 is going to go down to $120,000, you just took $30,000 away from them. You took it away from the kids' college fund. You took it away from their summer vacation or from their new car. So it's not going to go well unless you actually prepare them along the way. You've got to let them know, we'll see, and here's why. Okay. And that's what we're going to talk about today is let them know, we'll see, and here's why. And that starts all the way back at the listing consultation when you first sit down with them and you get through everything and we're really just down to price, which is usually your most common and biggest objection. So I'm not going to get into how to explain the CMA or anything on this, but I do want to talk about price reductions. And when we do pick a price, I think it's very important that they're always going to want a higher price, and then you're going to have a price where you think we can get the most for it, right? Then you're also probably going to have a lower price where you won't even take it for that low. right? And so you're going to kind of have those three. Here's where you want to list it. Here's where they want to be. And then down here at the bottom is well, you wouldn't even take it. I mean, that price is way too high. Okay. So you won't take it. So that's the sky high price. There's where they want it. And hopefully that's below their sky high price, and there's where you'll take it and where you think they should list. And they're usually always going to be higher. I mean, if you don't know that, I mean, just call your buddy and list your investment property. You're going to be higher than them. They're going to say, no, you need to list it lower. And because it's your house, you're going to go higher. That's just the way it works. So then it creates one of the greatest arguments of all real estate agent philosophy is, do I take listings that are too high priced with the hopes that they later learn, they test the market, and then they drop down? And I think you can. I really do think you can, so long as you use this expectation. And you're going to see some people just need to test the market, and then they'll reduce. Now, hopefully you can hang on to them. They don't, cancel or withdraw your listing and then relist with somebody else at the new lower price now that they've learned it. So how do you avoid that? Is you continuously set the expectation. You start at the listing consultation appointment, right? And what we're going to do then is we're going to explain to them very simply that there are 3 steps that we go through, right? The first one is if we list the home up for sale and we're only getting drive-bys and online views, you should be able to show them. You should be able to go on your MLS and show them how many agent views and public views. You should be able to screenshot that at the very least. You should be able to go on Zillow and show them your overall views just from a free Zillow listing, from a realtor.com listing. You should be able to show them your own website views, because these are syndicated through most MLSs. So you can show total views. They'll be very, very high those first couple months. So you always want to be staying up to date and showing them that you're exposing the property, right? So that means people are driving by or they're looking online. And that's the only thing we can know at that point. And if that's all we're getting and we're not getting any showings, then we're probably 10 to 13% too high. So if all we're getting is a lot of online views and assumedly just drive-bys, then we're probably 10 to 13% too high. No one wants to see the house at all. Okay, so I'll explain that to the seller. And I have a little form. Those of you that are watching this can see on screen. It just shows those 3. It says 13%. That means that's how high we are when we get online drive-bys and online views, right? Now, if we start to get some showings, that changes things. If people start to show the property, they see it online, because that's my job. As an agent, my job is to expose the property. I can't make the other, unless my photos are bad or I've given you some bad advice on staging or something and the photos totally turn people off. Otherwise, it's the house. They're either coming or they're not. So it's either the price or the house. It's not me. I'm getting it out there, hence the online views. Everybody's looking at it, and you should be able to show hundreds, if not thousands, of online views in that first month, yet no one's showing the property. That's why we're 13% over. Now, in addition, if we start to get some lower and frequent showers, then we're probably 9% too high. Okay, we're dropping down below 10% because we have a low amount of showings, but we're still getting the online views and the drive-bys, right? So then we're only 9% too high. And like I'll say to my clients, hey guys, I'm showing you, we're not getting a lot. We're probably too high. I'll keep rolling the dice with you as long as you want to. I'll try just as high, but our studies indicate, and these are studies that are our studies. These are Icenhower coaching and consulting studies. And we coach many of the highest performing and most of the highest performing brokerages and teams in North America. And this is what we've seen in all markets, right? If you're not getting showings and they're low and frequent, you're overpriced by quite a bit, and we got to drop it down. So we show them that up front, and we remind them of it as we talk price, or we talk about the lack of people showing up or the lack of people showing property, as we're calling each week to every one of our active listings to check in with them, to be proactive. We're going to let them know about that. Hey, I mean, after a month, you'll see those online views are starting to drop too, because that you get all that in your first 30 days. Now we're missing our mojo. Once we get past that first magic month of online exposure, if we haven't reduced by then, now, I mean, we got to reduce to make a splash, because people aren't going to see it. They're going to wonder what's wrong with your house. So no one's going to go up and pay a premium. That needs to happen in that first month. That's the only time you're going to get multiple offers that drive prices up and get you the most favorable terms too, is in the first month. So we got to hit it then. And if those online views start to drop, we got a problem. So every week we're constantly calling to discuss those online views. We have to do that with all luxury properties, all unique properties, anything we know we're not going to get offers on in the first week in a competitive situation. We have to prepare and set this expectation. I do it with all of them anyway, just in the listing consultation, just to be safe. Okay. And then finally, the last number that we're going to put up there, we showed 13% if we're getting only online views and drive-bys, 9% if we're getting low or infrequent showings. And then if we're getting showings but no offers, we're typically only 5% over. People are looking at it, but it's just not good enough at that price. They're not even willing to try to bring you down to the price they would pay for it. So that means we're about 5% over. If we're getting showings and no offers, we're 5% over. And once we start getting offers, typically we're priced pretty darn correctly. We're in the game. Okay. So 13% is when you're getting only drive-bys and online views. 9% is low and infrequent showings, but the online views are still coming. And 5% when we're getting showings, but no offers yet. And then once we start receiving offers, we're usually pretty good. And that's the idea behind it. So we want to show them those numbers at the very beginning, and then we'll report back as we let them know about the number of online views and reports on the showings or any broker feedback or agent feedback or calls you're getting. The whole key is to let them know you're exposing it, because that's our job right there, is to make it look good, which is kind of part of them and the house and the price. And then we got to put it out there to make sure that people are looking at it. It's up to them to choose to come look at the house. That's based on how it looks and the price. So that's not on you. So we put it on the market, not on you. So you set it up. So when it does come time to reduce, you'll see oftentimes after 30 days, 60 days, they call you and say, I think we better drop. We're not getting any activity. No one's coming to see the house. And they start thinking like an agent by the end of it. You educate them and you train them how to think. Otherwise, if you don't explain to them a productive way to think to get their home sold for the highest price, they will start to think in a negative, unproductive way, which means blame you. They will blame you. Like, you're not doing it. You're not putting it out there. You're not exposing it. We know that's incorrect. So let's make sure we communicate what we do, how we do it, and what to watch for. We train people, we educate people how we want them to think. Okay. So I hope that helps, guys. This is your real estate price production process for real estate agents. Let's put it to work. All right. See you guys next time.